but what exactly, can you explain to the listener what exactly an energy transition kind of entails?
Sure. So I think that the modern life that we live, with like driving places, like electricity in our homes and heating in our homes and AC and like the buildings like being built out of concrete, steel, and we're flying places too. Like all of this requires a ton of energy, and that energy currently emits a lot of CO2, which is the carbon substance that is causing climate change. And we know climate change is going to create a lot of, I guess, uncertainty and harm as people face the effects of it, right? So we're trying to mitigate that. We're trying to reduce these like harms from reaching a lot of populations around the world, impacting like economics, health, and like even like countries, like whole countries, like identities if they have to move, like the island nations. Um, so yeah, the whole goal then is to find where is the CO2 coming from? And it's coming from all of these energy sources that we're using currently, which are like fossil fuels, right? The natural gas, the coal, um, all of these things. So the energy transition really is to make sure we still have that like energy to power our lives, our modern lives, because our lives are probably a lot better than they were before we had all this energy, like before I had all these modern amenities. But to get that energy not from fossil fuels that create carbon emissions, but from renewable sources. So like wind, solar, hydro, um, things that don't create CO2 emissions when they generate energy. So that's the whole energy transition. Um, it touches upon a lot of sectors, as I mentioned, like our building materials too, and our like flights, like we're burning gasoline, right? That's also a fossil fuel. Transition everything. If you want an
Yeah.
energy transition, you have to transition everything, like all of our like basic sectors, right? Yeah.
Wow. Okay, just like how do we keep the world running? Like everything, and then just taking that from fossil fuels to maybe a more sustainable, more renewable source of energy that runs that. Interesting. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I know you mentioned that you specifically work more so on the industrial decarbonization sector. So can you explain to us a little bit of how does that differ from other sectors?